Wake up. Ebro in the morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
You shouldn't be saying that on the air.
So yeah, last night we were waiting to find out if Congress would find a way to avoid a government shutdown. It did not happen, and for the first time in 6 years, we now have a government shutdown, which many people fear, and Trump has alluded to the fact that he may use this shutdown as an opportunity for mass layoffs. So, you know, they'll probably find a way to lay off mad people right now, and we will be even worse off than we already are because of the layoffs that have already began since the Trump administration began 9 months ago. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on why the shutdown happens, except I know that the Republicans refuse to capitulate to the Democrats, who are working to try to keep health care for middle and lower class people. The way they're putting it is ensuring subsidies for health insurance for low-income individuals, making sure those subsidies won't expire. And they're trying to reverse the Trump administration's cuts to Medicaid. The Republicans, the Democrats thought they could use this moment and the Republicans' fear of a shutdown to get that done. The Republicans refuse to do that, and so the government shut down, and now both sides are blaming each other. So now, we don't know how long a government shutdown will last, and it can only be resolved once Congress passes a funding bill. So the longest ever government shutdown lasted 35 days, and it took place during Trump's first term in office.
Right.
Second longest shutdown was 21 days in 1995. There was a 16-day shutdown during Obama's administration. And then between 82 and 87, there were 4 government shutdowns, but they lasted 1 day each. So, guys, we'll see. I don't know. The thing is, I worry with this administration about what a government shutdown could mean, because you kind of worry that if there's less government eyeballs on stuff and less government involvement, guys, me personally, I just worry that this administration will try to do worse stuff.
Yeah.
I just worry that bad things can happen if they feel like they're not being watched. Or they're feeling vindictive. Because, you know, obviously he's going to blame the Democrats for this.
Of course. Which I'm sure was the same last time, too, no? Because you're saying the last time and the longest time was when Trump was in office.
Yeah, 6 years ago. Oh, really? There was no shutdown during Biden during the terrible Biden years. No, there was no government shutdown though.
And then the Republicans are like just vowing they're going to keep putting the exact same plan in front of the Democrats. They have no plans on changing anything. So we'll see.
This is such a
you played yourself.
It's such a button when this happens too, because the people who get screwed over are obviously the people. The people themselves, and just lower level government employees who will end up losing jobs because of this.
Yeah. And people like the essential workers will continue to work, but they're not going to get paid until this is over. And these people have lives. They have bills to pay. Some of them live check to check. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, and it's going to be a blame game. Everyone's, the Republicans are going to blame the Democrats. Why don't they just sign and keep it moving? The Democrats are going to be like, why don't you just change this and do this for the people? And it's just going to be a mess.
But the thing is, the Democrats always end up in an impossible spot, because you're trying to get these greedy bastards to accept something that actually is for the poor people that the Republicans claim to care about. Mm-hmm. And they don't. And they're lying to those people. And the Democrats, listen, I'm not saying the Democrats are perfect. My personal political philosophy is as follows. Neither party is great. I am not some sort of I love the Democrats. I love being a Democrat. I'm so proud of it. What I am is someone who believes that the ultimate goal of government should be to help out people in need as much as possible.
Yes.
And generally speaking, people who have a lot are going to be all right. It's about the people who don't have a lot and what can the government do to help take care of those people. If that is how you view the role of government, then you have to be a Democrat, because the Republicans do not believe in that. And you're seeing another example of it right now, where this whole thing is shutting down because the Democrats are fighting to get subsidies for people who don't have, and the Republicans are saying no. Meanwhile, they will turn around to you and they will say the issue that you need to care about, poor Americans, is the fact that immigrants are stealing your jobs. That's what you need to worry about. Not the fact that we don't want to subsidize your health care or do anything to help you.
Right, or cut programs, or like just cutting programs like Meals on Wheels. Like, it literally feeds the elderly who have no one left.
And can't go anywhere. They cut things like Meals on Wheels, and people don't seem to notice. Yo, so speaking of the government, let me hit one more congrats. Yesterday, former Fox News drunkard, allegedly, and now Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth.
Oh boy!
You know, he called all the generals to Quantico.
Yeah.
So they had this very unusual gathering of military generals, hundreds of them, in Quantico, Virginia.
This hasn't happened in a long time, right? Or has it ever happened?
Yeah, no. I don't know if it's ever happened, or certainly not for a long time, and certainly not for no reason.
Right.
And they called them all to Quantico, the base, and then Hegseth and Trump gave what amounted to be like a political speech. They gathered all these generals around so they could get up and just lay into all their repeated right-wing, anti-woke agenda. Laura, they are peeling back in the military. Any of the things that have been put in place over the last 30 years that gave protections to people, meaning you were able to report a higher-ranking officer for inappropriate behavior, for hazing, for sexual discrimination, or any sort of acting out, or assault. They're getting rid of that. You will no longer be able to anonymously report anything happening to you. Hegseth said he literally wanted to go back to 1990. And I was reading about where the military was at in 1990. Laura, that was like the beginning of them cleaning things up. It was a disaster. Before that, obviously you had wonderful people who still served in the military, but like there often is when there are no regulations, things were insane. Sexual assault was out of control. It was a really bad time. People did not feel safe. Hazing was a problem. And that's what they want to go back to.
I have seen people comment on social media, people who, they say, I don't know these people, but they say they're like, they've served, right? And the comments and the way they said it, like, it's already not easy to serve, especially if you're a woman, right? It's already, because you hear all these cases of sexual assault, things that are swept under the rug. So there's been progress. So, and it's still shaky. Imagine just getting rid of every single form of protection. That is so wild. It hit our country with the biggest button.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And listen, I would love to hear from military service members today. I really would. I would love to hear what people have to say about this. Like, even if you're someone who leans right, even if you're fiscally conservative, even if you're all the things, why would you want the military to go backwards in this way? Like, these people are just being intentionally mean. Like, you just want to be bad guys. Y'all just want to be bad guys to be bad guys.
Anyway, all right.
Anyways,
you played yourself.
In other news, hit the button before I start.
Congratulations.
It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot, but I don't know if you guys have been keeping up, but Cardi B released an album and is doing a lot of promo, has been doing great, right? Nicki Minaj decided to announce her album. Now, things have been going back and forth with them two on social media, on Twitter. We talked about it yesterday, but guys, things got really nasty yesterday. Like, I mean, they've been nasty. Oh my God, these two women, like, they started talking about each other's kids. Like, I just want to wrap all this up. I want to wrap all this up
With a big
because.
button.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
You
Like,
played
what are we
yourself.
doing? And like, yeah, fine. You're taking shots at each other, whatever. But they did. Some of the things that I read, I was like, why is this necessary? Like, Nicki Minaj calling Cardi B's daughter ugly.
What?
She's like, culture vulture, you're ugly too. She's calling her Barney
you're
B
a
and
roach.
culture vulture. Yes. Like,
By the way, what's the Barney B joke?
Because in one of Cardi's songs, I believe it's called Magnet, she does a line where she says A B C D E F G.
Oh, so that's
It's
the Barney line, is like your simple
Yes.
like Barney. But like,
Yes.
could someone who's near Nicki tell her like calling her Barney B isn't the dope flex she thinks it is?
Whatever. I don't even care about
that.
that.
It's not dope. Sometimes you need a friend
strong.
to go. That doesn't. Yeah, it's not Barney
That
B.
was corny.
It's not. That was corny, fam.
I
We
just
could
feel
do
like
better than that.
I'm seeing some of these tweets. Culture, you're a roach and a monkey like your sister. Like, why would you say that? And then Cardi B also is like talking about Nicki's son, saying that he's nonverbal because of the drugs she's done. Like, all of this is like, why break?
It's the bud.
It's just nasty. It's nasty, and I want it to stop.
Congratulations.
Hit the button, man.
You played yourself.
It's really. They're the two biggest women rappers in the game. No matter how you cut it, and don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be clear. It seems definitive that Nicki started this again. That seems definitive. Cardi was doing her own thing. I know she was taking shots at people, but Nicki decided to jump out there and turn this into a war. And now the result is the button for everybody, man. It looks so bad.
It does.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yes, like talking about each other's children. Like,
Like what? By the way, how do you decide to cross that line though? How do you
know.
decide to bring up someone's children?
Emotional.
but I just, yes, angry. But it just, all of it deserves the button.
Bro, you're 40 years old. Over 40 years old.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Why are you bringing up people's kids?
Just wrap it
Wrap
up.
this up.